Although a book of the Bible is named after her, we do not hear about Queen Esther very often. Esther was a faithful Jew living in Persia in the middle of the 5th century BC. She came into prominence when King Xerxes chose her to be his wife. Fortunately, the fact that she was a Jew had escaped the attention of Haman, a high-ranking official in the court of the king. Soon after the royal wedding, Haman was insulted by a particularly stubborn Jew named Mordecai. Incensed, Haman offered the king a substantial bribe for permission to execute all the Jews in his realm, claiming that they were a dangerous and subversive lot. The king knew very little about the Jews, but gave Haman the permission he requested, while politely refusing the bribe. As Haman drew up his plan, Esther made preparations of her own. She fixed a wonderful banquet for the king and his right-hand man. The king was so pleased with the meal that he offered to grant whatever the queen might request. Esther simply asked Xerxes and Haman to join her for another feast the following day. At the second banquet, Esther asked the king to spare her life and those of her people from the destruction Haman was preparing to carry out. King Xerxes granted her request and imposed on Haman the sentence that he had planned for the Jewish people. Scholars agree that the Book of Esther was never intended as an historical account. Whether the events in the narrative ever happened is beside the point. The story is a lesson about being faithful to God and loyal to your people, even when living far from your homeland. Obviously, these were important concerns when the Jewish people were exiled to modern-day Iraq by the Babylonians. And the concerns remained significant even after the Persians had defeated the Babylonians and allowed the Jewish exiles to return to Palestine. Many Jews remained scattered throughout the Middle East. Esther was not only faithful and loyal, she was also adaptive and resourceful. She recognized the good in Persian society and could adjust to its customs and demands without compromising her faith. She became both comfortable and skilled as the wife of the Persian king. And when the Jewish people were threatened, she was able to bring her position and influence to their defense. Esther was a good example for those who lived at the time of the Persian Empire, and she remains a good example today.